Hi, I'm Phyllis and my website is southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to make a purple sweet potato casserole. Yeah, that's what we're going to make. So if y'all remember at the farmer's market, the gentleman there told me to go ahead and take a couple of the purple sweet potatoes because I wasn't sure I wanted to buy them because I bought them one time and they just were not sweet at all. And these appear to not be very sweet, but I went ahead and cooked them. And the way I cooked them, I was going shopping at Walmart, so I just put them in the oven at 300 degrees, and I think they probably cooked about 2 hours. But anyway, afterwards I went ahead and let them cool and just froze them because I knew I wasn't going to have time to make this at that time. So what we're going to do is just simply follow the recipe for the famous pumpkin pie, which is on the back of the Libby's pumpkin. I'm going to see if I can show y'all that up close. Well, so you can at least see the ingredients, because I'm not going to list this below. I hope y'all can read that. I'm not holding it very steady, but it's basically the ingredients for the pumpkin pie. So that's exactly the way I'm going to make this, except I am going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Alright, so we're ready to get started now. What I want is 2 cups of the purple sweet potatoes. Now one of these, let me move y'all closer, one of these was kind of dry, I thought. This one looks good here. So what I'm going to do is press them into the cup and try to get 16 ounces of sweet potato. Now I cut them because sweet potatoes tend to be a little stringy, and if you just go ahead and cut them before you mix them in whatever you're cooking, you won't have all those strings really. That one doesn't appear to be too stringy, and I do think this smaller one is going to be sweeter than the larger one, so we'll put that. Now this is a 2-cup measure. So what I was thinking of doing is just taking the inside of this, which appears to be more moist. It's not as purple as the other one either. Just cut that and see if I can come up with 2 cups. And of course you can certainly make this with regular sweet potatoes. Mash that down a bit. See that cup I've got. It's a 2-cup measure right here, so I'm going to mash that down, kind of pretend it's pumpkin really. A little more in there. Yeah, this bigger one was a little drier than the other one. Now these did come from North Carolina. And they don't appear to be quite as stringy as regular sweet potatoes. So what I'm going to do is save this extra for the dogs because they love sweet potatoes. And give them as little treats for the dogs. Hold on, let me get a bowl. That was my cabinet squeaking, and the dogs thought it was the kittens, which, by the way, are fast asleep in their little cage now because they played a lot this morning. So I'll kind of div these up for the dogs and give them a couple of treats every once in a while. All right, so we're going to set that aside, and we're just going to go ahead and mix this up. Now I'm going to go, in case y'all couldn't see that recipe, I'm going to kind of talk you through it here. Alright, I got to go clean my fingernails. Look at that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back, and I got that out from under my fingernails. Alright, so we're going to make it right by the pumpkin pie recipe on the back of the can of the Libby's pumpkin. And I do know that that's a very, very good recipe. So it's going to call for a can of, let me you see how they're saying there's 12-ounce can of carnation evaporated milk, which is what we're going to use. So I just need to open that up real quick. And I did wash the top of this little can, by the way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. And we're going to dump in 2 whole eggs. And those are large eggs, by the way. And 3/4 of a cup of just regular sugar. Dump that in. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, the Libby's recipe does not call for vanilla extract, but I just happen to like it in a pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, and of course this purple sweet potato pie. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which I added. Now for the spices, first of all we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and let me see if they call for that. Yeah, they do. All right, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. So I'm going to dump those in. Now we're just going to mix this up just a little bit before we add the sweet potatoes. So you all can see that. I'm just going to go ahead and dump in the 2 cups of the purple sweet potatoes. Now, you can find these, I think, pretty easily at an Asian market. Of course, in my case, I got it at our local farmer's market. And again, that smaller sweet potato was much more moist than the larger one. Got it under my fingernails again. All right, so we're just going to mix this up. Okay, so it was slinging it all over me. See if I can cut it on low. There, that's better. All right, we'll be back when this gets all mixed up, which will probably take just a couple of minutes. Alright, so after a couple of minutes, this has still got lumps in it. Y'all can probably see them. I'm going to transfer this to my food processor because I don't want any lumps at all. So take that off. Alright, we're just going to dump it right straight into the food processor. Check that right over here. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of lumps in it. Get all that out of there. So while this is cooking in the oven, by the way, I got the oven set at 325, and I'm probably going to cook this for about an hour, is my guess. I've never really made this one before. Alright, now let's plug this in and see if we can't get the lumps out of that. Plug it in. I'm sure this is going to take the lumps out really quick. All right, we're ready. beautiful color now. Yeah. And I can only see a few little specks in there now. All right, so I'm going to bake this in a well-buttered or greased casserole, and it is, I think I measured this, it's 7.5 wide, 9 3/4 long, and it's about 3 inches deep. So I figure that's going to take an hour, maybe a little longer to cook. So let me see if I can dump this out now in there. Oh yeah, I got it really smooth. I should have started out with my food processor. That's what I should have done. I can get that out all the way. It's a really pretty color. Now we are not going to put any kind of pecan topping on this. Like sometimes you do that with a regular sweet potato casserole. Put the pecans and brown sugar and mix with a little flour on top. I'm not going to do that. With this one we're going to use whipped cream on the top of it when we have it. Get every bit of this out. And I am thinking this is going to have to cook probably about an hour. That cleaned off. All right. So we will see y'all back in maybe an hour and a little more, because I'm going to let it cool, and then we'll have some of it for our dessert after lunch. All right. We'll see y'all then. All right. Here's the little purple sweet potato casserole or souffle or whatever you want to call it. Already tasted of it a little bit, but there's what it looks like. It tastes like pumpkin pie, I promise you. It tastes just like pumpkin pie. It does. Now these sweet potatoes are not as strong tasting as the ones I got, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I think I got them in the fall of the year, and I think these have probably been in storage all winter up in North Carolina, but they're good. But with the recipe I used, it tastes like pumpkin pie, y'all. It really does. All right. We will see y'all next time. Bye for now.